on micro strategy number 11. It's been 11 weeks of micro strategies. And the idea behind these are that these are tactics that you can implement within your animal therapy clinic, practice, whatever you call it, to help elevate you as the go-to expert in your local area. Because in my years of helping small independent practitioners, people that literally physically put their hands on people or guide or help people, I know that it's within the 5 to 10 mile radius that you really need to make a big impact. All of these strategies, when put together into a 6-week campaign, can really make you stand out on the map. And that's what my book, Fetch More Clients, is all about. Yet these micro strategies can be used in isolation. I'm really excited about today's strategy because it's all about community pages and how to be the trusted voice in your town's group. Now, community pages are great because actually not many people show up on them. Other experts often don't show up on them. And if they do show up, it's only on the promotion day to push and sell something for their business. So your tactic today is how can you be the standout expert without being the pushy salesperson or the person that only ever posts promotional posts within your community pages. And it's a really sneaky tactic. And there is a formula that goes with it as well. So, first of all, as I like to do with all of these micro strategies, why? Why should you be on community pages? Well, it's quite simple, to be honest. It's a captured audience that's local to you within the 5 to 10 mile radius. And funnily and weirdly enough, these community pages seem to show up more in people's feeds than just generic business pages. So you've got extra visibility for your business. People want to know, people are very nosy. They want to know what's happening in the local community. So if you're able to share your expertise in a supportive way on a platform that people are already checking out, it just solidifies you as the expert. Plus, it keeps you up to date with the challenges that your prospects are having. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's late July and grass seeds are just so rife in our local area. There's fields everywhere. And so actually an awareness of grass seeds in paws is something that is coming up on all the community pages. And, as the local dog expert, you want to be sharing what people can be doing to protect their dog. It also just allows you to collaborate within your community and your name is getting out there. So this is another tactic where your name has popped up again for someone so that when it's the right time for them to move towards you, for them to use your services with their dog, they know exactly who to move towards. And, if your name isn't popping up on its own, then it's time to fix it because done right, we're going to get to the stage where magic happens. So let's get this on the right here. And there's a formula when it comes to these. If you don't want to be the cheesy salesperson, then use the 4-to-1 formula. There's also been a lot of study on this in psychology, and it's about value first. And if you've listened to the other micro strategies, I'm a huge advocate for, pushing value first before asking something back. And the 4-to-1 formula will really help you in this. Plus, with a 4-to-1 formula, if your community page only allows you to post promotional posts on a certain day of the week, here in Whitchurch it's Friday, then actually using the 4 value posts on the lead up to the promotional post allows you to post more in there because you're serving and looking after the community. People want this community page to be set with something that's of service. And you want to be giving value rather than being annoying. So the 4-to-1 is for every 4 value posts that you provide, you then do 1 promotional post. And what could these value posts be? Well, you've got 2 different options here. You can be reactive, which is where we're answering questions, helping people out that are saying, oh, my Jack Russell's, back leg seems to be shivering. Has anyone got any ideas of what this could be? Or you can comment on people's photos and say, love this, and add a little insight. It doesn't have to be dog related, but it's about getting your name out there. And obviously, you have a lot of expertise. If you're listening to this right now, I know that you're the type of canine expert that loves what you do, you've studied to do and be where you're at, and now you want to showcase your knowledge in an environment that's going to help you bring people into you, but most of all, so that you can serve dogs. So by being on these community pages, you are able to do this in a way that's just really classy, I think. So the reactive ones are people have commented and you're like, yes, I can help you. Let's write an explanation that's going to support them in their challenge that they're having. Or you can be proactive. So you can share a tip on post-walk routine. I've just mentioned about the grass seeds. Check between the toes of your dogs for grass seeds. You could share an article about dog enrichment, for example, or, updates in first aid that's come out. Recently has been a whole new thing about when dogs are overheating, we want to submerge them in cool water as fast as possible, which is a new advice that's out there. So keeping people up to date with the most up and together veterinary and first aid advice that could actually save a dog's life. Or you could start a conversation and you could say, oh, what do you do when it's a super rainy day? At the day that you're posting, you could be like, oh God, it's pouring down in Whitchurch today. What are you guys doing to keep your dogs active on this rainy day? Be real. I'm sure your dog owners as well. So what are you doing with your dogs? Start the conversation, try and build that engagement on the page as well. Because the more that you engage with these community pages, you actually end up with like little badges and ways to like stand out as the expert on those pages. But again, you're just showing up in a way that is authentically you, that is of service, and so that you can add value to your community so that they can best care for their dogs. Pretty cool, right? And for every 4 type of value posts you can be. So change this up. You could do 2 reactive posts, 2 proactive posts and go, sweet. I have now and only now qualified to be able to put a promotional post up. So if you take nothing away from today, it's just that you need to add 4 lots of value before you do your 1 promotional post. If you're guilty of just showing up every Friday to do your promotional post, today's the day we're going to change it. We're going to start giving value first before we do our promotional post, and watch your conversions and your trust in the community rise as you go through. So your promotional posts, what are they going to look like? Spots available for Canine Physio this week. Message me if your pup's been stiff or slowing down. You could do like free check-in spots, or like, has your dog been slowing down or not quite themselves, but you don't think it's quite bad enough or need a vet yet? Why don't you come down to the to the clinic today? We've got 5 check-in spots where we can give you some help and guidance. Lean on your expertise. How can you best serve and look after the dogs of the community and offer that out? Making this like only 5 spots available gives that kind of time urgency, or the limited availability urgency, or just this day between these times. And the before and after client stories, like telling them a story about Baxter. This is, Baxter was struggling to go out for a walk because her hind legs were so sore. And after 3 sessions, look at Baxter out running now. This is what his parents have said. And obviously, these are going to be real stories in the local area. People probably already know Baxter. And then right at the end of that, you can be like, if you want me to check your dog, here's our booking link. So the before and after client stories, they're not a value post. They are a sales post with a call to action at the end. So save them as your promotional posts. All of your promotional posts, please, please, please make sure that you make it super easy for people to move towards you. Either it's a number to call you on, message me, DM me, or scan this QR code and book in your calendar slot. Make it as easy as possible for people to move towards you if they've seen you as a qualified expert that they want to take their dog to. Bam. And this magic happens in time. You're not going to get something straight away. And it can be really frustrating when you are doing these engagement posts and you're not getting much back. But the more that you show up, and as you show up consistently, things will happen. People will start tagging you, and people will, do that post. Oh, my dog's limping. What do you think I should do? People go, oh, ask X the physiotherapy, Rebecca X physiotherapy. She was brilliant with my dog, Jenny. You build recognition. People see your name and they're like, oh, you're that person. Or they then see you at the local event and go, oh, you're the person from the local page I keep seeing popping up. It's that recognition that makes you the go-to expert. It lowers that sales sleaze that that you don't need to do. You just get to be authentically you and serve and look after. And your name then builds up this reputation of trust. But it takes time. You're not going to do 4 posts this week, and on your promotional post, you're going to get 6 new clients. I'm not going to promise that. And if you do get that, let me know, because that's cool. But, This is a micro strategy that you can schedule in, get it done. If you want to think about what times you want to post and pre-schedule it, yeah, absolutely. Sunday nights, weekday mornings, and Friday evenings are your three kind of magical times to post. But in reality, it's when you think about it. Either schedule it in your diary so that you've got those things lined up, or as inspiration comes, just post those value posts. 4 value posts for every 1 promotional post, and you're going to build a reputation that builds a trust and in alignment with you. So that is today's micro strategy. It's not a big one, and I've got an action step for you to take away. From listening to this today, I want you to go and choose 1 to 2 local community groups that you are now going to give value to and contribute towards. It might take a few days to be allowed in from admin, and make it really clear from your business page or personal page what it is that you do as well, because people will get nosy. If you've given a great answer, they might then come check out your personal page or your business page. Some community groups don't allow you to join from your business page, so that's why kind of having your branding and clear what you do in your personal page can be of benefit for you on social media as well. Don't forget the 4-to-1 formula. Once you're in the group, give value. 4 lots of value for every 1 promotional post. Say it with me. 4 pieces of value for 1 promotional post. And post something helpful today. Let's serve the dogs of our community. You've taken this time to qualify and be the go-to expert. Now let's get your name heard. Let's get you the referrals. Let's get you in the vet clinics, just as you deserve. I'm Elizabeth Hack. I love serving you and helping you with your businesses. And I'll be back next week for our final micro strategy, which is going to wrap up our full 12 weeks. And I would love to know how you've been getting on with them all. If you've taken action on any of them so far, please give me any updates, post them below. And thank you for your service to dogs.